Stanford University, who used to head up Middle East studies at the American University of Cairo. And joining us now in Cairo is Democracy Now! Senior producer Sharif Abdel Kouddous, who has just come from the streets of Cairo in Tahrir Square. Sharif, what is happening there today?
Well, Amy, as Professor Joel Bainan was talking about, there are thousands of strikes happening across Cairo and across Egypt today, tens of thousands of workers staging sit-ins and staging strikes. But we're also seeing members of the professional class taking to the streets as well and entering Tahrir. I've just come from there. There was thousands and thousands of doctors wearing white medical coats who have entered Tahrir, doctors and nurses from Asr al-Aini Hospital. They marched along there, along a main road into Tahrir, chanting, "We are doctors and we are against the dictator," which rhymes in Arabic, and they're calling for better wages. And just as I was leaving, thousands of lawyers wearing their black lawyers' robes were streaming into Tahrir as well. I spoke to a couple of them. They said they were 50,000 strong. They said, "We are lawyers and we're not going to be judged by a dictator." And so we're seeing a swelling of the protest movement that's happening now that it's entering its third week. Tomorrow it is expected to be just utterly massive. They're expecting millions in the streets, and not just in Tahrir. They're expecting people to go to the places where on January 25th, when this uprising began, to fill those areas as well. So they want to go to the parliament in front of the People's Assembly building, which has been already taken over. They want to fill that area. Places in Mohandesin, in Ramses Square, which is a big convergence point, and other areas around Cairo. And so we're seeing, with organized labor joining this revolution, a real upsurge that's happening right now. People are very optimistic about what's going to happen tomorrow. But let's keep in mind that this is all coming in the shadow of a threat by Vice President Omar Suleiman, the former intelligence chief, saying that he will not tolerate any further protests. Also issuing a threat saying that this could amount to a coup. People trying to understand what he meant by that. And also, we know that the military, which has been not criticized by the protesters, a common chant is the army, the people, one hand. We know that they are detaining people, hundreds if not thousands of activists. There have been allegations of torture. So this is all happening against the backdrop of what's happening in Tahrir. It's a tense moment, but also one that people are hopeful for, that with this pressure coming down on Mubarak, the tourism industry has been hit very hard by this uprising, and now there's 6,000 Suez Canal workers who are striking as well. If that culminates in the Suez closing as well, then those are two huge influxes of money for Egypt that will further put pressure on Mubarak to step down. So we'll have to see what happens.